you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. We are super happy to have you and chat with you today. Up and Coming magazine, and you are an inspirational woman. You wear many hats.
Thank you.
But one of your hats is an author.
Yes.
You are the author of Pretty Girl Blues.
Yes.
Could you tell me a little bit more about the title, what it means?
Well, Pretty Girl Blues is kind of what I felt like most of my life. You know, a pretty girl on the outside, but dealing with some blues on the inside, dealing with sadness, dealing with depression, dealing with suicidal thoughts. And it all stems from developing cancer at 3 years old.
At 3 years old.
At 3 years old.
Can you tell us a little more about the type of cancer that you had?
It was it's a very rare form of cancer. It's called rhabdomyosarcoma. Okay. So it's very, very rare, and it's rare in children between the age of 3 and 15 years old. And I developed this cancer at 3, it's actually it's a vaginal cancer.
Okay.
A year after I was diagnosed, I was cancer free, but what came after is what really changed my life forever. So where the cancer was located, I was actually forced to have an ostomy. And what an ostomy is, it's a surgically opening in your body in which they discharge of waste. So I have 2 ostomies where my bladder and bowel functions. So just imagine growing up, you know, dealing with cancer at a young age, but after that, having 2 ostomy bags. So I wear 2 ostomy bags on my right and on my left side.
Currently still.
Currently still, so it's been like over 44 years, and it's permanent.
So with dealing with this, so starting at a young age, you're probably not sure exactly what this means. So talk more about your childhood. And
now, my childhood was normal as possible. I have 6 siblings. So they treated me normal. I was just their sister that was sick. So, you know, they try to keep that normalcy with me. But at the same time, you know, growing up, I had to deal with some insecurities. I had to deal with, you know, having an ostomy bag. So my younger years, I was just 3 years old. So, you know, most of that time, my parents took care of me. But just imagine growing up, getting in your preteen years and your teen years and your young adult years, and even an adult now, dealing with it. So it was very, very difficult. Very difficult.
So would you say that, or what would you say, or what area of your younger years between, you know, elementary school and high school, which was more complicated for you, I guess, with dealing with your peers, because kids sometimes they don't understand, and what they don't know they're not open to. So how was that?
Absolutely. And it started really in elementary school, you know, because a lot of the kids didn't know. They knew I was absent for a long period of time, but when I came back, and I was still kind of new, trying to get used to how to change my ostomy bags and when it was time to change them. But then you had those incidents and accidents in school. You know, kids, teasing me like, what does that smell? You know, she smelled like pee. You know what I mean? So dealing with that at a young age, you just want to have fun with your friends. You know, you want to make new friends, but at the same time, you have those kids back there talking behind your back, and it just like, it really kind of devastated.
So how did you deal with that, you know, overcoming that, dealing with, you know, your peers? Who would you say, I guess, was your biggest support system?
My biggest support actually were my parents. Definitely my parents, and they are Christians. So my support came from them. And, you know, I don't want to disregard like the nurses and the doctors, because they had to teach me what to do as well. But my parents, you know, they just encouraged me and always said, it's going to be okay, Jearlean, it's going to be okay. You know, they said it, but I had to believe it myself. And also my brothers and sisters, you know, they supported me. They were like my bodyguards in high school and elementary and middle school. You know, don't mess with her. You know?
Right.
So, you know, but it felt good that they were there to protect me, per se, and just to be there and just keep encouraging me. So that it came from my parents. They pushed me. In my book, I actually interviewed my brothers and sisters because I was so young. You know, I had 3 older siblings, so I didn't quite understand like how I felt back then. How did I really react to my friends? How did they feel about me being sick? And some things that they explained were a little surprising, you know, but at the same time, I wanted to know my history from them. And they were the perfect people to give me that history, you know, so I was very, very pleased that I did it that way. And a lot of people were really, they loved that chapter of me interviewing.
And so what things surprised you in interviewing your friends and family?
Well, one thing surprised me. I have a twin sister, and what surprised me about her was because I asked the question, how did you feel about, me being sick, and what was your reaction? And she was like, I just wanted to make sure my twin was okay, but at the same time, it was like all the attention was on me. But what she said was, it could have been me. It could have been her. So I'm like, wow, it could have been her. But they pretty much understood.
And what other projects are you working on currently that service the community?
I have a company actually called Jearlean Company Christian Modeling, and we're in the middle of workshop classes. And I developed this company because there's so much going in the fashion industry. There's lots of positive, lots of positive, but also, there's lots of you're not this and you're not that. So I decided to start this company. It's like come as you are. So, and it is a development company. We develop your inside first. Our motto is we build, train, and develop from the inside out. So that's where we start. Now I'm going to teach you how to model, all aspects of modeling, but you're also going to learn about yourself. And we have a big project coming up. We're celebrating 10 years this fall in October. So we're in a process of planning that. I'm so excited about that. So it's gonna be wonderful.